movement going. And that's really what we want to share with you, is that we thought that it was all like we were going to come 3 days and we were going to meditate, which we are going to meditate at the end of today. We thought we were going to share our sage and our Palo Santo and our crystals, which, you know, like I love working with them, right? But what people really need, especially our age bracket, women around 40, approaching 40, approaching 50 and 60, we're asking ourselves these questions and we feel unfulfilled in our business and career and finances and relationships, which we didn't even realize that at the beginning of this 3 days, right? We wanted to give you like all of our more of our spiritual tools, but we realized that it was more about that we're unfulfilled in our careers or our business and our financial situation and our relationships too, especially even over the past 2 years, right? We live in a different world. Thank you. So what we have in store is an 8-week midlife mastery program so that we can give you all those tools, because there are so many tools that we have found over the past 10 years that we couldn't give you in just 3 days. And so we decided 8 weeks is probably a good amount of time to share all of our experts, all of our books, our tools, our people, our resources, from NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, to hypnosis, like I had shared with you, which I didn't realize I was going to share. Boundaries. I mean, boundaries is the core of having everything come through in our business and our career paths and our finances, because we can give you strategy, and that's really what most people want, right? And that we need. But what is at the basis of it are these things that we want to provide you in an 8-week program called Midlife Mastery. Emotion code, hypnosis, energy healing. I personally do Reiki, and I would love to do that at the end of this session so that we can do some meditation and really anchor in and clear out anything that we came 3 days ago with, and uncovering deeper about your Dharma. And this is something that I'm studying with the Akashic Records, that we can actually open up and see in your soul, more of your soul contract, what you're really made here, and the guides that are there guiding you with the angels. We have a wonderful friend who works with the angels and master guides. What else? Building the and this is really about building the foundation for long-term sustained happiness. Right. And long-term sustained success. So I just want to finish 3 more things. There are 3 things that I discovered over the past 3 decades of studying psychology. And I know Tony Robbins has been sharing it, but the research says the top 3 things that are going to support our happiness is social connection, our ability to connect deeply and build deep relationships. That is the number 1 indicator that have made people live till 90, 100, is that they have deep relationships and they nurture them. That's definitely so important in a mastermind style. The other thing is applying our strengths and our passions, which we uncovered, and the growth. That is, I think, really what Tony Robbins teaches is growth. Newton's law of physics says a body in motion stays in motion unless acted upon by another force. Isn't that it? And the other force that is active upon our growth is our mind, and is that we're not surrounded by the right people to help us there. So that is why I want to invite you into the 8-week program starting September 15th, right? And Anitra has her own twist on why she is coming along for the ride and why it's so connected with her heart.
Yeah, I definitely part of my journey. A lot of things that we have in the 8-week program are things that I have explored and learned and experienced myself over like Carrie said, the past 10 years. You know, collectively, we've got a lot of time invested in just trying to get to our purpose in life, which it took a long time to realize that I had to know that before I could really be happy in anything that I wanted. I wanted the family and the job and the money and the relationships, but there was always kind of a struggle or a dissatisfaction or a self-sabotaging limiting belief. Something was always kind of creating this hurricane storm. So once I kind of just stepped back of the boxes, if you will, the things that, the to-dos, and just kind of took a look at, if I could do anything today, what would I want to do? And you have to really kind of go back to a childlike state to get to know who you are. So collectively, we've kind of pulled all of these resources. I kind of like to think of them as like staples in your pantry, and you can kind of build a recipe with them. It's just an introductory to the modalities and the people and the experts behind them that will, you can take what serves you and leave the others. But if, for someone who has never experienced or explored all of these different realms, we've put them into a really beautiful 8-week package that Carrie and I are definitely excited about. They're things that her and I geek out on and things that we just can't consume enough of. So we're really passionate about what we want to share. We don't want to gloss over the fact that people are wanting finances and relationships and business, because we understand that we also want those things for ourselves. But we kind of have this little secret that you kind of got to start here. If you're struggling there, maybe this is where you need to be. So yeah, and then Carrie talked about, boundaries. Like I said, they're important. I used to think, I just couldn't catch a break and something was wrong with me. And then I just realized I'm not screwed up. I just don't have boundaries. I just have lost all control of my day, letting other people rule it for me. And that's not healthy. That's not how it's supposed to be. So that's going to be in there. That component's going to be in there. And it's Carrie hit on something earlier, and I can't think of what she said, but I made a note that I wanted to address it. Who we were isn't really who we are today. What made us happy and what brought us joy and what fulfilled us and got us out of bed when we were in our 20s isn't going to be the same things that get us excited in our later years. And so this is definitely going to be an ongoing experience. We're going to uncover who we are today, and we're going to enjoy that life. And we may have to revisit another 15, 20 years. Okay, what makes us happy now? Who have we become from that growth, and where are we going? And who do we want to surround ourselves with? And who do we want on the next part of our story in our next chapter? So it's not like there's anything wrong with being in the middle of your midlife or not knowing who you are now. Nobody at 45 is who they were at 25. I mean, you might have some really great doctors and you might look like you're still 25, but I doubt you can dance until 2 a.m. like you could when you were 25. I mean, we change, we grow, we get older, different things are of interest to us. And so
I can dance till 2 a.m. in the morning.
I probably could too if I really got to, I could pull it off.
But it just goes to show you that we're different, right? Like I definitely could probably dance till 2 in the morning, and then other midlifers can't stay awake past 8 o'clock, and it's
Right.
like it's so funny. So I just
don't bounce back as well. But then I could probably hang with you until 2 a.m., but I might be sleeping a little later tomorrow. Okay, I wouldn't make it to work like I used to. So,
all right, I'm sorry to interrupt you with that, but I just thought it was funny, especially for the Europeans, right? You don't get started until 2 in the morning, no matter what age you are.
Well, that's how I knew I was in midlife, because people would say, let's go out. And it was like, well, if we're not meeting until 8 o'clock tonight, I'm probably not going to make it. Like, I like to start my evenings a little earlier these days. I'll be in my PJs by 8 if I'm not already out of the house. So,
so there was one other thing that we really wanted to touch upon too, because we do know that we're all searching for more financial freedom and opportunities for financial streams. This is not a financial stream, but there will be opportunities if you go through the 8-week program that you can reap your investment back, because we will be having ongoing programs, retreats, masterminds, that there'll be opportunities that you can promote and advocate and even go through yourself, but as a way to earn back some of that investment that you'll be putting into this 8-week program. and opportunities to grow beyond the 8 weeks as well. If we see that you really do want that business strategy after we build the foundation of the energy and the boundaries and the self-sabotaging and all of the things that we're going to provide for you, we do want to perhaps personalize a business strategy type retreat, virtual retreat, and program moving forward as well. So
Right.
we see that it's changing times. I mean, it's such changing times. Being part of a trainer in a $10,000 program right now, I see where people are the top leading strategies that are working right now. And I also see where people really are having difficulty in their lives. And that's just something that not the way to fulfill my why and really heal is also provide not just the Band-Aid. Like, you want to have the business, but there's so much more than just the business. It's like heal the wound under what's going to make that business thrive. And that's the foundation for it.
Yeah, that was huge, Carrie. Thanks for saying that, because definitely, even if you find your way and you find your success, or you find your what it is you're seeking right now, at some point, what's been in the back of your subconscious, or what's still deep rooted in you that doesn't serve you, is going to rear its head. It's going to impact your life at some point down the road. This is definitely a form of clearing and a form of letting go. I mean, we've got, 40 plus years under our belt of crap. We've got some real down times in our life. We've got some real shitty moments. High school may not have been the best. There might just be some things that are still just kind of pulling at you that aren't ever really going to help you move forward. So whether you take the time now to do the clearing and to really kind of rid yourself of things that you just shouldn't have been carrying around this whole time, at some point it's going to come up. If it applies to you and you feel like you've got any of these things, this is a great opportunity to address them. It is our first offering of this course, so the price is definitely going to be this only offered now. And like Carrie said, if you complete the course and stay with us, there will be opportunities for you to share it with others and to regain some of the investment. So yes, thanks for sharing that, Carrie. So you're muted.
If you want to drop the link there, and we'll drop it in Facebook. And if you have any questions, please leave them in the chat box. Let us know if you have any